Hey, good morning. I'm Daniel Dalp, and this is For Your Sunday Morning Drive, the short podcast with the goal of providing some motivation, some drive, and encouragement on your way to worship and helping you recenter your mind on those spiritual things on a hectic Sunday morning. Before we get started today, I wanted to share with you that I was recently a guest on the Road Trips podcast hosted by Tyler Waugh. We discussed the very relevant topic of rage culture and the complexities of dealing with anger. If you would like to listen to that conversation, I've linked to it in the show notes of today's episode. Make sure you check out Road Trips and the great work that Tyler is doing. Let's go ahead and get the show on the road today. This is episode 78. You can't beat the company. Let's go to church.
Are we there yet?
I love a good vacation. And, as I told you last week, I recently returned from one. And you know, vacations hit me a little different as a preacher than they used to before I stepped into the pulpit every Sunday. And you know, I love what I do, but sometimes it's good to take a break and be fed every once in a while instead of doing the feeding. And at the end of my vacation, I was blessed to do just that. And I got to sit down and worship next to my family and hear one of my favorite preachers, my good friend, David Rogers. And it was somewhat serendipitous because at the beginning of his lesson, he was using vacations as an illustration. And he said something that really rang true to me. And well, I'll let him tell you himself. Here's what he said.
You know, most people I talked to said these were amazing places to go. These were fantastic vacations. Why? Well, because I don't have to do something, or because I get to do something. But really what it gets to, a lot of it is because of the people I get to be with.
Thanks, Rogers. And, just a side note, I've stolen this concept with his permission. Anyway, he continued his thoughts by relating that what makes the church so great is the people that it consists of, and that ultimately will fill heaven. What makes it great? The people that we get to be with. The company. And that got me thinking, yes, about my recent vacation, and that it was indeed wonderful because of the family and friends that shared it with us. But mostly about heaven. I can't wait to get to heaven for the same reason that I can't wait to get to church on Sundays, because some of my favorite people will be there. But even more so because of God, to be in His presence. My thoughts also turned to the other aspects of a vacation that we generally look forward to. Rest and relaxation. Friends, there will be no greater rest than that of heaven. Matthew chapter 11:28, Jesus describes the rest that can be found in Him. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Maybe we think of the newness of a place that we've never been. Revelation 21 verse 4 sounds like a newness that I'd like to experience. It says, and He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no longer any death. There will no longer be any mourning or crying or pain, for the first things have passed away. And another aspect of heaven that we can rejoice in is that it's not a vacation. You see, a vacation implies something temporary. Heaven is eternal. Imagine that. In heaven, with our brethren and God forever. Hard to imagine? Sure. Exciting? Absolutely. John 14 verses 2 and 3. Jesus is comforting His disciples, and He tells them the following. In my Father's house are many rooms. If that were not so, I would have told you, because I am going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I am coming again and will take you to myself, so that where I am, there you will also be. He's going to prepare a place for them. A place with unlimited vacancy. Vacancy, by the way, that we need to try our best to fill, even as impossible as that might be. But He's coming back. He's coming back to take us to that place. And you know, that's a trip that I don't want to miss out on. And I'm going to do my best to live my life in a way that assures me that I won't, because I can't wait to get there. And you know, I've heard that you can't beat the company. Well, those are my thoughts for your Sunday morning drive. Now it's time to hear yours. Our discussion questions for this week are we living our lives in a way that we are assured of our home in heaven? Do we fully appreciate the temporal nature of this life and its problems compared to the eternity of heaven? And who is someone that you want to see in heaven? What can you do to help them get there?
We're here.